Are you tired of the typical libraries with conventional music that makes you feel meh? Introducing Leerecs.com, the music website made for and by minds like you. Our team are lifelong musicians and producers in love with music. Search the Leerecs music catalogs and find music with guaranteed originality. Mark the difference with music of signature at Leerecs.com.
This is very, very energetic and positive. I really love the vibe of this song. Reckless. This is a song Reckless by Taylor McCluskey, also known as TM. And we have him here today with us. Hi, Taylor.
Hi, how you doing?
Very good, very good. Thank you. Really appreciative to have you for a little bit, for a little while. I appreciate your time to get to know you a little better, the person behind this music, this wonderful music.
Oh, appreciate that. Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely. So, Taylor, tell us a little bit, take the floor, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your music.
Yeah, sure. So, I started playing on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles in mid-2000s. Had a lot of friends in the business and recording, and I was always started out writing a lot of poetry when I was younger, and picked up the guitar here and there when I was a young kid, but really got into stage performance theatrically for acting and stuff. But I kind of really wanted to get a little bit deeper, with storytelling and using a lot of like emotional recall from fun nights out with friends and experiences I've had, and so I started, writing songs, and then slowly but surely, got some pretty amazing dudes playing with me, and it kind of took off from there. So I've been doing this for a little bit over 15 years, and never had a label. I've always been my own label. Always supported my own endeavors when it comes to records, music videos, hiring the right bandmates, photographers, production, and I created tailor-made films from that too. So I've been doing, for about 15 years, making music. I'm my own boss, and so that's been very, very cool to be able to hand make everything, from that perspective, and get the right people involved and all that stuff that I find are going to be a great addition to the program and to the music. So, yeah, we started playing out, Whiskey A Go-Go on Sunset Boulevard,
yeah.
Viper Room, to Bordner's, all these little, like, cool joints throughout L.A., the Red Room, I think it was, in downtown L.A., and just getting experience playing music in front of people, which is different than being in the studio, right? So that was really fun. Yeah. So, and that was really fun too, because you start to see, you start to gain fans, you start to gain a little recognition, and, and then we start putting our songs into, TV shows and films and all that. So that was really helpful. And, did a lot of recording at East West Studios and, these really beautiful, legendary places. So, the band that I had was Zach St. John. He was on drums, Andrew James on bass. And then, we have, Glenn Robinson, who is a phenomenal producer. Been in the business for 4 years with Keith Richards and Bono and David Bowie, a bunch of really amazing people. And he plays guitar in my band, and we have Danny Hatcher and myself on vocals and guitar. That's kind of the super band that I call it, And so we have that kind of a West Coast branch, we have an East Coast branch. So We have some guys here. I live in Montreal now. Been here for about 7 years. My wife's from here, and so we've just been creating. Glenn Robinson and I. This is where I met him in Montreal, and we've been working on records for a long time, since probably like 2016, 2015-ish. You know, he came in on Eternal Love, and then we really jumped in on the songwriting, like our first real record together, which is this record, Reckless, that we did together. And from there, we've done every single record since then to now, which is dropping. There's a new record coming out in 2023. It's a 15-track record. It's going to be called 24 Hours. And so we're really looking forward to that.
Okay. So, you were mentioning about these Reckless. It's one of your favorite songs.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Reckless is, for me, it kind of touches on early 90s, a little bit of 80s, and it kind of, a little Nirvana-y kind of thing in there. And I just love heavy guitars and distortion on guitars and really intricate riff patterns. And so I think it has a great power to it. The storyline is obviously what I've, when I was younger, living very recklessly with my life and pushing the envelope and, hanging out with some pretty wild people and being young and free and in touch with that kind of, that wildness that we all have, and Sunset Boulevard was kind of one of those beautiful places where we can, as artists or as musicians or, young travelers, have that kind of element of, expressiveness, and it kind of, that area in Los Angeles likes that. It kind of feeds off of that energy, so we had a lot of pretty wild nights out there. So I wanted to write a song about it. And, love and loss and all that stuff that kind of comes with those young, youthful times we share, So it's still one of my favorite tracks to listen to in the car, and play live. And we did a live version of this record, Reckless, at the Village Studios in Los Angeles, which was a lot of fun. We had a blast. Me, Zach, AJ, and Danny. And I took all of it when we came back to Montreal and mixed it with Glenn. So there's a live version of this it says live at Village from this record. So I'm really proud of it. But our new stuff is, very pop, very mainstream, but we still have our rock and roll elements in there that will never leave. Yeah. But this next record's going to be very competitive with, like a Machine Gun Kelly or, top 10 hits out there right now. But we're still staying, pretty connected to our roots.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. I would love to, to check it out.
I'll send it to you when it's all done. Yeah, I'll send you the full record when it's all done, man.
Wonderful. Appreciate that. Yes.
Of course.
So, was it difficult to leave Los Angeles? How is it different now? Because
from Canada? Yeah, it's two different worlds.
Yeah, you're saying I was playing in all these great venues, and you like hanging out with these great musicians. So I'm not saying that you don't have that, but I'm assuming that it's a little bit different. So tell us about that.
It is. Listen, I mean, I love LA. I miss it. I miss it every single day. But where I'm at in my life right now, 2 kids. Montreal's a very beautiful, safe, eclectic, from all different types of people. Obviously, I mean, LA is like that too. But I like where it's based because I can pop to Europe. It's 6 hours. I can go 4 to 3 hours. I can go back to LA 6. So I kind of like where we are, like stationed. If we got to go on the tour on the road, it's a great hub. I can go to Asia very quickly. I can go to South America very quickly. So I just really enjoy it. And plus, Canada is very beautiful up here, in the winter and all that stuff too. And I was born and raised in California, so it was kind of nice to try something new. And from a writing standpoint, for making creation of music, I like the pace up here. It's a little bit slower. Los Angeles, as you know, like New York, there's a lot of hustle and bustle and go. So it was really nice to kind of, slow it down. Plus, I got 2 young kids. But yeah, miss Sunset. I can't wait to go back. COVID kind of really screwed stuff up for us. We're planning a tour right before that for the release of Star God, and everything went flat. And so I was really super bummed about that. But, we're picking up. We got some other opportunities for 2023 that we're investigating right now, and shows and tours and movie and TV possibilities. So,
wonderful.
We're going to get back at it, but it's this, since COVID, since this time, Glenn and I have been very adamant about, writing and working together and collaborating and developing our sound and using different types of technologies and softwares and, having a little bit of the analog sound and having a little bit of the more digital sound and putting those two things together and figuring out different rhythmic patterns and timing and all those attributes, So I think it's, I had a lot of great years in Los Angeles, and it's always it's a huge part of my life, and I love my friends and my people out there, and I'm definitely going to go back. But it was kind of nice too to kind of close a chapter and move into a different chapter of my life and create in a different way, So it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're going to have many great opportunities as well. So, we wish you that everything comes out right. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Definitely, most definitely. All right, so if you could design your ideal future for your music, for your project, how would that look like?
Probably do world tours, go to very, very interesting, cool countries, where our fans are. We have a lot of fans all over the world and in very unique places. So I definitely want to go out there and play for them and put on some really big performances and, team up with some amazing bands. There's so many amazing bands out there that we would love to, bigger bands that we'd love to open up for, like Queens of the Stone Age or, just Machine Gun Kelly, like those types of bands. Be wonderful to kind of join with them, or even some of the old, like going to Bruce Springsteen, or try to get in with some of the more eclectic guys out there too. I mean, Arcade Fire. There's a lot of great bands out there that I love their music and I respect their mission and what they do, and so that'd be kind of fun. Metallica would be amazing. So. Yeah, and get to meet more amazing artists and musicians out there. Plus, when things are, once a record's out and we've done the tour, obviously you head back in the studio and work. But, I have a couple film projects. I'm working on this Dev Crew Navy SEAL SAS film project called The Devil You Know that I wrote and I'm producing and training for. I'm playing the lead in it. And so that's been really great because I've been working with a lot of these, ex Navy SEAL guys and ex SAS guys and hearing their stories and spending a lot of time with them and training with them and from an exercise perspective to a tactical training with them in Florida and developing that and getting into the, Navy SEAL Foundation and the Dan Diaz Foundation, and Forever 22, which is with the dogs that go out there and my buddy John Devine, he's a Navy SEAL and he works with the dogs. And they help out with people with PTSD and all that stuff. So that's been really exciting to kind of get into that whole realm of place and giving back to our vets that come back. We've done such an amazing service out there for our country. And, all the different types of militaries out there, Canadian, the French, and English and all that. And so that's been really fun from a philanthropy standpoint from my perspective. And then also, just hang with my family and chill with my kids, watch them grow up, spend time with them, share experiences with them, and just enjoy life, and because I don't know how much time I got on this planet, so I just really want to embrace it and spend time with people I love. So, that's a vision for 2023. Wow. And just keep creating, man. Just keep creating. I love making music. It's one of my favorite things to do of all time, and being collaborative with other amazing artists, and very talented songwriters and musicians and actors and directors and all that stuff. And so I have a really nice corral of people in my life that are all extremely talented individuals in all different facets of different businesses. So it's been nice to kind of cross-pollinate in those areas and learn what they do and how to support them. because I got a lot of people supporting me in a lot of different ways. So it's been, you got to be of service out there and help others. And that's what I mostly enjoy doing, is being of service to other people,
Yeah, that's where we are here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, sounds like very promising year that you have ahead, and hopefully everything will bloom out the exact way that you want it. Or maybe we bob and weave, man. Like, just finding solutions to all different types of situations, right? Like, you plan for one thing, and 9 times out of 10, it never turns out the way you planned it, but it almost gets better because now you're engaged with it, and that you keep pushing the ball forward, and you pass off somebody, they pass it to you. It's if you want to use a football analogy, right? So, but it's all about teamwork, right? Like, I can't do this without all the people in my life that are, from the lawyers to the to the songwriters, to the publishing companies, to the unions, to just to all the people that are in my corral, family and everybody else. But everyone works together as a team, and that's how we're strong. That's how we're strong. The marketing, you guys, the podcasters, getting our sounds out there, it's a huge help, and helping us grow the business. So I mean, it's one person. No, it's an army of people working together, and that's the cool part, man. I think that's what excites me the most, is, what DM's going to come in with an opportunity to, just having great conversations like this one and sharing your story. And that's really fun. So I appreciate your platform, man, and helping us out there. 100%. It's an absolute pleasure. And, hopefully this will make more people connect with you, with the person behind the music a little bit deeper or at a higher level. Okay, well, so this was very insightful. I think you have so much to offer, and you have so many things that you're doing. It is really tremendous.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. So before we go, if you had an advice for your younger self, what would you say?
I would say to myself, don't get distracted with the lifestyle of a rock and roller. Focus on the music, and focus on the journey and on the story that you're portraying out there. And really, really lean into that, and not of the other things that come around in our business, because it can get distracting and it can derail you into other facets. So really, I would say if for, let's say, younger self or younger musician, practice every single day and listen to different bands and listen to different styles of music, and really, don't take yourself too seriously. Like, you're gonna succeed in some elements, and you're gonna fail. And I've learned more from failures 1,000% than any successes. Because when you hit that failure, you're like, it's a shock sometimes. Plus, you're basically shown what you need to absorb and learn from, and then you got to make sure you lock it in, else you're going to hit that failure again. It's going to be, twice as hard as the last one, right? So you just got to really be open to that, and really listen to get some good people, good mentors around you that have been doing it for a while, that that you vibe from, and that you really respect and look up to, maybe, and kind of take what they give you. And sometimes they're giving you little nuggets, and you don't realize it. So you gotta be ready for those nuggets and embellish them.
They're so true. Wonderful conversation with Taylor.
Likewise, thank you.
Absolutely. McCluskey, TM. And this is the song Reckless, which, we're going to keep enjoying a little bit more. Thank you so much, Taylor, and all the best.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, brother. Appreciate 100%. You.
Anytime. Okay, let's enjoy a little bit more of Reckless.
Stream Online Radio is now available on most online radio providers. Search for it and favorite it. Listen to the most interesting and intimate interviews with the artists behind the top true alternative music today at Leerecs.fm. Create your free musician profile, upload your music and create your online store at Leerecs.com. Submit your music for consideration today at Leerecs.com/request and win radio airtime for free.
So clear I've been lost all of this time. My heart went down in flames, I knew better. The sun's coming up, I can't get enough.
Be part of the movement. Visit Leerecs.com today or download the Leerecs app from the App Store or Google Play. Are you tired of the typical libraries with conventional music that makes you feel meh? Introducing Leerecs.com, the music website made for and by minds like you. Our team are lifelong musicians and producers in love with music. Search the Leerecs music catalogs and find music with guaranteed originality. Mark the difference with music of signature at Leerecs.com.